Yeah, mine is ready.
How the hell are we supposed to do?
Bro, like, hey.
How?
Hey.
What?
Hey, mine is. Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Wait, you're not feeling it, bro. Okay, welcome to episode 5 of the Listen podcast. We have OT, Miko, Akulu, and Mac the Mac. Woo! So yeah, 5 is a milestone. We're meant to have a guest today. 5 weeks. That's more than a month.
6, yeah, because episode 0.
Guys, we don't count episode 0, bro.
We've been doing this.
Can you like speak to the mic?
We have to post episode 0 one time. Okay,
cool. We'll post it one time when we're confident enough to let that shit out.
Let's not.
Okay. So it's been a interesting week.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something about this week. I just honestly don't remember. It's been hectic, hella busy. Miko, what you been up to, man?
I've been chilling. I've been doing a lot of submitting of work. Did some work for the company, and yeah, man, just easy week. How was your week?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I thought I'd go last.
Anyway,
you know what? It's cool. It's whatever. All right. It was a dope week. I remember the weekend was like super crazy.
Yeah,
I think
that long weekend.
Yo, OT, you're there. Yeah, you were there, man.
Evidently there.
It's what?
Evidently, because there's evidence.
No, I didn't see any evidence. Like
anyway.
I could have not been there either.
Right.
But yeah, it was lit. Had something at the crib. By the way, other people in the building. We have Shanto, his dean, Bufa, Bobo.
Shanto 3 stacks.
Shanto 3 stacks. Yeah, so these guys they draw houses for a living.
Or jumble at Yuba.
Yeah.
So they were kind enough to let us record this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had no electricity all day. I think since yesterday.
Yeah, since yesterday, the whole country blackout.
Yeah, but country blackout. Some people think it's like an internet shutdown. It's like similar to an internet shutdown, but we have no clue what the fuck is going on. But yeah, so we're recording at the Horizon Studios.
HQ.
HDHQ. Yeah, Miko, how's your... fuck. You're cool. You guys are starting to look alike. You've been together for so long. Now you're starting to look alike.
What should you get it?
That's not even
Yeah,
true.
that's
That's the thing, you know.
No.
Dude, can we not?
Can we move on?
No, but you know that's the
Move
thing.
on. How's your week, Cool? How's your
Yeah.
week?
Anyway, my week was pretty boring, but the dope thing was that it was a short week. Like the weekend was dope, and I was like, man, I gotta get back to work. But I'm like, the bright side is it's gonna be a short ass.
Yo, but today felt kind of long. Didn't that make up for the fact that we had?
Yeah, it was a boring day
It was
because
really
no
long,
electricity and all that.
Yeah.
But it's still a Friday, so
Friday.
that's a good thing.
It's actually a Monday, if you think about it.
How?
Because it's a Monday. Do you guys know why it's a Monday?
Tell us.
Because you're listening on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So you're talking to people like
it's
in
Monday.
the future on Monday.
It's Monday.
So it's Monday. Hey, how's your Monday going, everyone? How's work? How's school? How's work? Whatever you do on Mondays.
How's the weekend?
Dude, I do nothing on Mondays, honestly. Like, you guys think I'm working, but I don't. I usually don't do shit.
The clients won't be listening, so he.
Oh,
he
yeah.
works a lot of Monday. He's a hard worker.
Nah, on Mondays? Nah, man. That's Mondays, I'm doing nothing, bro. All right. Should we get into it? So yeah. So we had a little. What are we doing?
No.
Cool. Yes. So yeah. We had a little thing on Twitter over the past few days where a female friend of ours wanted to feature in the podcast. Hopefully, they'll get enough RTs to do it. How many RTs do they need? 150? Do you think that's like viable?
150 RTs.
How many?
We
Okay,
can't get 150
what's your highest? How many RTs have you ever gotten? Like the most RTs you've ever gotten?
5.
5?
I think like
Akulu's gotten like a bunch. He's like a celeb, yeah.
Yeah, Akulu's actually popping right now on Twitter. He's about like.
I don't know. I think my highest is 80 something.
Nah, but I'm saying for the sake of
100.
this,
I don't know. Oh, for this.
It doesn't keep count.
Yeah, it just needs to be
10, boy, 10.
Yeah.
10 likes, 10 RTs.
Yeah, well, 5.
Fine, all right, cool, whatever.
I really want to hear.
Yeah, no, but that's because yeah. But anyway, 5 RTs and next episode.
You got me in trouble last week with your
Wait, with my wife. What are you talking about?
with your
All right, tell us
strange
about like you getting in trouble. That's your week. How's your week, bro? How's your week?
You already asked me that. You did?
Nah.
We actually did it.
Yeah.
I'm eager to hear.
Yeah, nah, I was in trouble. So like, I'm meant to say I'm not single, just in case anybody else is.
Oh,
Let's get that on the record.
that's cool. Congrats,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Congrats.
Congrats, what?
For
I
not
didn't
being
ask
single.
anybody in a hand in marriage or anything. Yeah.
No, but that's. Eesh.
Never mind.
No.
This guy's gonna be apologizing again. This guy's gonna be apologizing again next week.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so all right, so she gets 5 RTs and then she's in the next episode. Why do we not have a female voice in the first place?
That's a good. Actually, it's what, International Women's Day today.
Yeah. Shout out. No, today's Monday.
It was
So
on
it was
Friday.
on Friday.
Nah, boss, we have to speak in real time. We can't.
We're
pretend.
like future people now.
Back to the future. Now we're the past people. Like, Jabwe.
Yeah. So yeah, International Women's Day.
How are we celebrating women? Is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on International Women's. Is that Men's Day
We celebrate
There's a Men's Day.
every Friday? Is that Father's Day or something? Is that a thing?
I think people say it's Men's Day every day, so that's why we have an International
every
Women's Day.
day.
Yeah, because it is a man's
I never
world.
heard that.
What's
Oh.
what?
Yeah, some James Brown.
This is why we don't have any females on the podcast. They'll just like get offended because of things like that. But yeah, so do we need a female voice?
I think we all have female voices that speak to us. That's enough.
Speak for yourself.
No, not like us, but like female voices speaking to us. So they speak to we speak for them.
Do you
No,
feel
let me defend him a bit. So basically, what he means is females have a really big influence in our lives. That like what they say,
Exactly, yeah.
we reflect it back and say it to the rest of the world. You know that saying where behind every great man is a great woman and things
Yeah.
like. So she's constantly whispering in your ear. So yeah, shout out to Miko's mom for like constantly influencing his life and getting him those aviator shades as well.
Yeah,
but yeah,
good woman, good woman.
yeah. But yeah, so we don't need a female voice because of that.
Okay.
Maybe once in a while.
First of all, I actually disagree with what you guys are saying. I'm sure we don't represent what.
I'm not saying we represent.
any female is like saying to us entirely.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need one. Like, why do we need a female in our podcast? Unless we're like specifically talking about women issues or something. But I don't think we need.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
equality.
I don't
right?
think it's about maybe needing it,
Yeah.
but then like would it add
Wanting?
value? Yeah, like would like a female voice bring something to the table that's
Well,
not
basically,
already there?
every week we come here, we're trying to add value. So the word "need" means that, like, do we need more value? Like,
missing?
is that something missing?
Is there something missing? That's the question.
Yes. Basically, I'm trying to say that yes, it's the value need. You can like use those interchangeably. Do we need that more value that a female voice would bring? Would it bring more value?
I think it's because I think it's the way you look at it. If you look at just the sound of a female voice, is that going to change? Or do we need a specific person with a mindset that can add feminine values or something? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What? Okay, Miguel, you want to say something?
Nah, I think by what Akulu said, that a feminine mindset. So you could be a man with a feminine
Yeah,
mindset,
yeah.
and you would feel
So
the
do you
voice.
recognize as a female Miko? Is that something you're willing to do for the sake of the podcast?
For a few hours a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a dope. I personally wouldn't do it, but it's I saw Max showed me the craziest thing today, where there was a guy who identified as a female for a couple hours. He did something, and then afterwards he's like, you know what, I'm done.
He did just do something. He broke the he broke the female. He smashed.
Max showed you.
No, he saw it from my phone. You sent it to the group, but he wasn't looking, so I showed him.
Okay,
So
Okay, photo credit.
okay, fine. I showed him, you showed me, or whatever.
Cool.
But yes, so tell us the story then.
No, I don't want to talk about the story.
You wanna own it, innit?
No, it's already there.
Fine, yeah. So he smashed the deadlift record, the female deadlift record, and then he went back to recognizing as a man, and then that's it. That's done. He holds the record still, right?
And that just represents like the crazy time that we find ourselves in, where what do you identify as? Like,
Is it crazy?
It was not. I mean, it's crazy as in dynamic. It's complex. Like, in the past, it was just you're either this or you're that.
Yeah,
there's no choice
as to
about
where you're
that. Like,
that.
it's just determined. I mean, it's great. Like right now, we have like this complex possibilities and everything.
Did you guys check out the thing about how in France they're banning the use of the words mom and dad or mother and father? So now because of they're trying to give room to same-sex parents. So now you just have to talk about your parents as parent 1 and parent 2. Like you can't use mom or dad. How would that work? And how did you choose 1 or 2? Isn't that already like putting one as to be? Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see where you got this information because it sounds crazy, bro. Because I
in
think,
the news.
yeah, I mean, I'd love to look
Somewhere
it
in
up.
the news.
Somewhere.
I saw a screenshot.
All right.
And that's where
But
we
I
get
think-
Evidence enough.
and that's where we
I
get
don't know.
That's where we get information.
Because the screenshot could easily be an edited image, but then if it's a proper article, at least.
But we established
even-
that we just run with stories. We established that a couple times that we just.
I thought that was bants. I didn't.
Nah,
think-
it's-
but
it's
anyway,
it's on the
let
news
me
as well.
share my point on that. I think it's weird
Yeah.
because I think there's nothing wrong with like being two fathers, and then because you still get the title of a parent if you're called dad, and you know your partner is also called dad. I don't see what's wrong with that. I think
What if the man identifies as a woman?
then they're a mother. Isn't that it?
So
Because
what if-
then they're transgender, right? That's what transgender.
What if
is.
they flip back and forth?
I don't know. But then I did listen to a podcast about something like this
You
where
can't talk about other podcasts on a podcast.
I listened to a song. Then
Yeah.
oh no,
A very long song.
a very long song, 1 hour long song.
Well,
But basically, this father who likes to identify as a woman and then like bounces back and forth, didn't want to weird out his kids. So when he was with his kids, he's chilling as a father. But then when he's away from his kids, now he changes back to what he likes
TV
to.
show? Is that what what's it called? The TV show won a lot of Emmys and Golden Globes 2 years ago about like a transgender dad or something. Nobody knows.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
Crickets,
about.
bro.
Now
What was it
cool,
called? Do you know?
Cool. I'll put it in the comments when I research.
All right, cool. I just think that the thing about the identity thing, I feel like, you know how you have your identity card and some of the information that's there, you don't get to choose it? You know, like your license. Like, I have a national ID now, and I would like to change my face. I don't like the way my face came out on that, but I can't choose that. It's my face. So don't you think that like if I was like, no, I don't identify as this face, and then if I get to determine that, isn't that problematic in how other people identify us?
Well, I mean, first of all, do you mean that you don't like your face or you don't like the picture?
It could be either.
I think it's the
I
picture.
wouldn't blame him.
I
though.
think.
Yeah, you calling me ugly, bro?
Don't ask it that. You set yourself up.
Go on.
Yeah. So I think it's that you don't like the picture. 2, I think there are like facilities where you can actually change your face. Aren't there? Like
Is it
you can
plastic surgery?
there's bleach and like this stuff. But then there is that possibility. You do have that freedom. You can save up the money and you can change your face. So that is possible.
Yeah, but they can also change other things, the other features about themselves to identify as another gender.
Yeah, and I think what all of this is it's about like when you're rich and you have resources.
Yeah.
You have the license to
To
to be whatever you want to be and whoever you want to be. Because I think anyway, like if you're from Kantandi, and then you're a proper, the traditional type of I'm a guy, and then you're on this I identify as a woman. People will call you crazy.
Yeah.
And people will label you as crazy. But then when if it's somebody that is like proper,
Caitlyn Jenner.
exactly. It's whoa, yeah, you're a hero and everything. So what do you guys
Hero?
think about? Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner is a hero. Now, she was like
She won an ESPY.
man of the year,
whatever that is.
man of the year or something.
No, woman of the year, sports woman of the year.
I think that's
Yeah, she won an ESPY a couple.
Hold on.
She won an ESPY. She won an ESPY. That's like
That's
that's like a Ballon d'Or in the
man.
States.
There's a lot of politics in there, man. So I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not. It's even like because when she was a sports person, she wasn't a she.
But
Like, she's no longer into sports
She was
now.
revolutionary because she made switching genders a normality.
Okay, cool. You know what? Let's move on, man.
Yeah,
Like,
please,
You asked
please.
about my week. One thing,
Ages ago now.
but one thing that like I got really annoyed by this whole week is I was in the car a lot and the traffic is getting like really crazy right
crazy.
now. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to fix it, but it's ridiculous. Traffic in Lilongwe is like on
It's
a
bad.
whole other level right now. You can't get to point A to because I remember when if I was driving to say downtown, I had two options. I would go through the hospital side, so central side, or I go through ShopRite,
Yeah.
right? But then ShopRite was always packed,
Yeah.
and I was sure that if I go through
To Central.
central, I'm good. But central now is shit as well.
Yeah.
So, dude, like, if we were to like fix the traffic problem, wait, first of all, is it worse in Blanta? Because I've been in Blanta a couple of times as well, and it's trash as well.
Atlanta is worse. Atlanta is trash.
but Atlanta's
The
trash.
traffic there.
But then the thing is with Blanta, it's short distances, so you can walk everywhere. You know, while here, like you,
with your
no,
car.
I mean, like
on
you
in
can
your
get out
bag
your car,
or
park it,
something.
and walk somewhere. while here,
Pack it up.
you really have no, you really have no choice. You have to drive places. You have to get.
later.
It's worse than
Alright.
Atlanta.
I'll use you later. Like,
Yeah.
just like press the button and then it
Just
transforms
pack it up
into
and just walk.
Hot Wheels.
I still think Atlanta is just
Yeah,
so long.
Blanta is worse, and I'm dreading it because I'm going to Blanta on Sunday, and
I'm in your city. This guy. Yeah, bro. That's the thing. Yeah, that's it. I don't even know what to say to you anymore. Like,
Anyway.
I feel like anything I say, I'm gonna get you in trouble with someone. Like, it's just dance. Hey, you know what?
Anyway,
We're
moving
just
on.
we're just joking. We're trolling. And you know
Yeah.
the funny thing is. Whoever she is out there. Look, hold on. Whoever this person is he's getting in trouble with, that's the text that he's gonna send. That's the I'm in your city text. So I'm on your side here, man. I'm on your side.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, is that cool?
Cool,
Is that-
Yeah, so it's worse than Blanta.
Yeah, man.
And I think like we can't solve it. Like there is no solution that we can.
Carpooling.
Better roads. Better roads.
Carpooling.
Carpooling.
Okay, it's an issue of critical mass because carpooling and then to actually pitch that idea to like where it gets to a level where it's actually effective and everybody else is doing it because we can carpool.
Yeah.
It's just four of us, so like
I think if you're just putting it on ads all the time, you're throwing
carpool.
radio, just carpool. Because I know when we went
so
to
the first thing with carpooling, you would have to first of all translate it in a
Define it.
language where
That's
it
easy.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
It's
easy.
not. You think it's easy,
That's
but it's
easy.
possible.
You think
It's not
easy.
impossible.
I'll tell you. Give an example. When the HIV broke out, HIV virus. So you're trying to like translate the message of the HIV.
you were
Not
there?
easy. No, I know
I'm
these things.
I'm joking, bro.
I know these things. So you're trying to like translate the HIV virus to like the Malawians and everybody. So what did the guys do? So they say, what's a virus? A virus is a chilombo. Kachilombo koyambisa matenda a HIV or a AIDS. So what happened when people were like, okay, HIV, it's a kachilombo. So there was like a burst out of people saying, tikachosa kachilomboko like the asingangas and njani kuti HIV njani ndikachilomba njani usati ndaula tikatenga kachilomboko tikachosa. So like it's a lot of things that happen when you like take things for granted to say just okay carpooling mago. I would tell you in Malawi with Tintungari made one simple, but then like people would start thinking scams, people satanic, tani. So it's like just thinking at an extreme level. But then it's something that needs to be communicated.
You know what's funny about the Kachilombo thing? Just reminded me about the bed bugs at Chanko.
the availability of bed bugs.
This is a campus thing, isn't it?
I don't know, bro. Like all I know is there's been a thing, there's been a memo that's been going around, and now the people are calling like these educated bed bugs. So, so the thing is, so they're like, you know what? And these items have been bugging us in the villages, and these are you see what I did there, right? Yeah. So they've been bugging us in the village, and these are the uneducated ones. These are in college, bro. Like, how'd you get rid of those?
Bed bugs are my degree.
Bed bugs are degrees. How'd you get rid of those, man? But I'm never going to Chanko again after that. But yeah, whatever. I haven't been in a minute anyway. Shout out Chanko, man.
Yeah.
Carpooling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think OT brought up a good point. I think carpooling is a lot simpler than AIDS. Because it's just like, yo. It's just like, yo, if you leave your car and like, you know, if you have 5 friends and everybody of you has cars and you just use one car, there's going to be less cars on the road. That's it. And also, I think people who have cars will understand.
Okay.
Let me tell you about people with cars. Look, whenever we're trying to go out to a club or something, and I'm trying to carpool with like 4 of my friends, I would like to leave when I feel like I need to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's been hella situations where you're in the club, you're riding with your friend, and then he pulls some chick somewhere, and now he wants to leave.
That's what you guys do in the club? Okay.
Well, I say he pulls a chick in the club, and then you're like stranded now because he wants to leave now. You're still trying to have a good time and whatnot. So people just want to do what they can when they want to do it, and I think that goes to the problem with Malawians and poor planning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even in the streets, I think there's a lot of cars that are just there because they just had a thought that, oh shit, I need to do this now, and then they go. But if you plan your shit and you know that traffic is bad at these times, you could try to beat it. You could.
But
if
everybody knows that traffic's bad at a certain time, then everybody starts traveling at a certain time.
Well, then it's better at the previous time. So if you're smart, then you start traveling at the other time. Yeah.
I think maybe the infrastructure would help because the reason why we have a lot of traffic, like I was in the car with somebody yesterday with Chris, and he was telling us about how in other countries, the cars that we're getting, most of the cars we get here secondhand is because in those countries they figured out train systems and bus systems. So they're like, you know what? Let's give these Africans these cars. They feel special that they're driving their own cars. But here, no one needs to take a car. We've got good train systems. We've got good. So maybe we need to get rid of the cars, and so that we can pressure our government to give us train systems and cars and all that.
Just to agree, man. I feel like that's the only solution. Is like a better public transport system.
Yeah, a public transport system that is better than a private public system. Yeah. Like, so even like when you can travel at night properly and it's safe, there's a lot that has to go into it. And the thing is, I know about how you'd have people in like for New York City where they can afford cars, but they just don't prefer to have a car because parking is shit. Yeah. All of that is shit. So the thing about that is, it's packed first, then other people start finding alternative ways to travel. Yeah. So it's not like it's not packed in the other countries. They still have like hella traffic. They just don't prefer to use cars because of they still have the traffic. So maybe this is a good thing then, right? The fact that our traffic is getting worse and worse, then that could open up like ways to get better
I
services.
feel like that's like the necessary condition for like change to happen in a normal country. But then like I fear for Malawi, man, because we'll get necessary conditions for us to change, but then we never actually get to the change.
Yeah.
I'll give their example with the lots of rains and then the
roads.
zinyalala zabangaja and zachinga turbines. It's a
That's
situation that
ridiculous.
we go through every single year. If it was a different country or a different type of leaders, when you go through that the first time, the second time, you're like, okay, next year we're gonna get rains again. What can we do to change and get better? But then I feel like with us, man, it's
the same excuse all the time,
Yeah.
all the time. It's crazy.
so I don't feel like it's enough for us to. Let's
Dude,
not,
Akulu, do you remember we went to some workshop in Chinji or something, and that item was addressed? Do you remember some of the solutions that people came up with? Because I remember some people were saying you promote things like cycling.
That was me.
No, bruh.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been you. That was a genius idea.
Actually, it could be him because he's been cycling to work this week.
He cycled once to work and he had an accident or whatever. He broke his bike one time.
Let me defend myself.
ahead.
That was the point of time when I was cycling. Didn't have a car. Didn't have none of that. You know, before I'm not rich. All right, I'm not rich.
That's a good comment of the day all the time.
right on cue, man.
I broke.
I'm broke. Yo, I feel like this guy is gonna tell you he's broke all his life, and then one time you just check his account and you be shocked. Like he has hella investment somewhere, and even his girl won't know because he's been telling his girl.
Anyway, we're talking about the cycling,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I brought that up because I was cycling at the time, and I think that
still
is,
cycling?
yes, I have cycling. So I think that's because you know how. Let me finish.
Hold on, this guy he cycled once, bro. He cycled once. His bike broke down.
It's
He
raining, my
couldn't get back
nigga.
home.
It is raining, my nigga.
Yeah,
I cannot ride my bike right now.
The
All
raincoat.
right. This nigga, man. This nigga ain't even been.
whatever.
Can you even ride a bike? Can you? I don't know. Anyway,
Okay, in my defense.
let me
No,
finish.
I thought you were done.
No, man. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, trying to support the whole cycling system. You're driving on the road, and we all know when like you have to fight between a cyclist and like an incoming truck, where you're like, man, I can't overtake. I can't drive in my lane because of the cyclist. But I think if we could like pay attention to the roads and like give some space to the cyclists, then make it like a proper thing. Where because you.
Cyclist lane.
Yeah,
the
cyclist
new road's
lane.
got a cyclist lane. That when you're traveling from 18 roundabout all the way to the Parliament roundabout, they've got a little space for cyclists now. So I think that's
Yeah, and
they listen
also,
to you, maybe.
I doubt it, but and also, I think you need to have facilities in like work places where, cause cycling gets you like sweaty and shit.
Sweaty.
So if
So
you have a
showers.
proper facility in every workplace, then it's not weird if you're cycling, cause I'm sure
Yeah.
people will see you on the bike like, why? I thought you had a car. Like it's weird, you know. But then if it's like a normal thing where, oh, he's just cycling today, and the facilities that allow that.
Yeah,
then I don't know.
another system is in Amsterdam. If you have a bike over a car, you're respected more. So people prefer to have bikes over cars.
Yeah, even in my village, bro. Okay, no, I don't know if it's over a car, but people with bikes probably get respect.
I mean,
But one thing about Amsterdam, I'm talking shit. One thing about Amsterdam, I was chilling with some guy from there, and then he took his bike and went to a bar. So the ride back, bro. the ride back was insane, bro.
That's when you turn on your GoPro.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, this nigga kept falling.
You can't ride a bike when you.
Imagine picking up a girl
I think
on
that's
a
the
bike.
benefit of a
I
car.
remember that guy.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I think that's the better. Yeah, let me just say, like, there was this dude. We were painting a mural one time at Story Club, and this dude lit. Like, he's proper lit. He's like, I say, let me just borrow your bike. Let me just go to Bandito, which is like, it's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes away, man. This guy comes back walking. He's bruised. Like, his whole body's bruised. It's like, I say, yo, I fell, got into an accident, but then it's getting fixed. So he goes back to get it, and then he comes back. He's like, yo, I got it fixed, but on my way back, I got into another accident, so I had to go back and get it fixed again. I said, right now the bike it's not proper, right? It's still, yeah, bro.
You know, that nigga is the reason why Akulu stopped cycling, bro. He fucked up his bike.
He had to get a car. He's like,
He had to get a car. He was like, you know what? I'm too rich for this shit. Went to his savings account, went to his trust fund, and he's like, yo, let me get a car.
For a brief moment, he wasn't broke.
Funny. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say that's the benefit of a car over a bike, you know, because when you're drunk, you can still drive.
Just to distance ourselves from the remarks of Mr. Akulu Lipenga.
Yeah, his remarks are not.
When you're drunk, you're not supposed to drive. Don't drink and drive, everybody, please.
The Listen podcast does not share the views of Mr. Lipenga.
Mr. Atiku.
Mr. Atiku
Thank
Lipenga.
you very much. What's the next topic?
Next topic is about youth. That's good that you asked, bro. So look, you talked about you and him, but you guys are like on totally opposite sides. But anyway, all right, whatever. Let's hear it. So when we started this podcast, you declared that you were you claimed your person basically. So
He already claimed.
Claim my what?
no, you publicly claimed your person. You declared that you're not single.
Oh, like this podcast.
This podcast, yeah, on the podcast. Yeah, so basically, I was wondering about that, because you got in trouble with your person, and I also got in trouble with your person because of the last episode.
Yeah.
And she hit me up and she's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And all of that. So I was wondering that, why is it so necessary that you have to like stand on a public forum or whatever?
Is that the topic I suggested the other time?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So, and I remember, backstory a bit, Facebook times back in the days, there were people that would get in a relationship and same day they'll change their relationship status and say that so-and-so is now in a relationship. So my thinking is, change their last name. Akulu Wamiko type of thing. So basically,
Fuck you.
so they'll do shit like that. So my thing is it so necessary and is it good or bad to have to claim your person in public? Because I know there's two different views to it.
Okay, I think there's two aspects of that. One, I think you need to, in a public space, you need to like acknowledge your partner and have some sort of respect. Because if you're acting a certain way and people see you like, Mister, this guy is with Dan, why is he acting like this? Yeah. The second aspect, which I agree with that, I think you do need to act a certain way. You're limited when you're in a relationship. That's a fact. Yeah. The other aspect, I think, is the whole changing your DP, posting them. That now is like, okay. Yeah. We have to put your DP should be the person. Yeah. Woman crush, whatever, can only be the person or stuff. That's where it's now like, do I really need to put you? Because then now it gets tricky because it's like, okay, actually, I don't know if I should.
Go ahead.
It's because if you're in a space and
You always say this.
Let me think about a little more. Let me think about a little more, and then I'll be back. Yeah. I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I was gonna say, what he just said is kind of, for me, it feels a bit like it's contradictory because he tuned that. Yeah. It's good that you announce to you not you announce, but at least people know, and then you acknowledge, and people like then it kind of limits your actions. And
don't roam around acting single.
Exactly, but then how do you do that without what he just said, where now you're posting people and stuff like that?
Okay, what Akulu just said was.
It's a question.
Don't worry. It's not an arguing podcast.
Please, yo.
Yeah,
please.
so
I'm glad I'm on the other side of the table.
I think what Akulu was saying was like you have to acknowledge the fact that this person.
How do you acknowledge?
This person, Obang existed. You acknowledge. You give respect. Don't ask me how. Like you can Google that. You respecting your special somebody.
From Google.
Yes.
No.
Where else do we get everything?
From Tumblr.
When I could get them from OT.
Yeah. So like I don't think, like just to answer, I don't think it's contradictory.
Yeah.
It was only just saying like you don't have to like just act like it's not there. You just have to acknowledge the presence of it. But then, yeah, you can go on to say what you're saying.
Yeah, I think because there can be spaces where someone is allowing someone else to publicly flirt with you or something, and then it's like, okay, what do you? Okay, let's. Yeah, I think I already gave an example. The way you're in a party, you're in a group of people, and someone is flirting with you, and the way you act like sends signals, right? So if you just laugh it off without, you could just laugh it off, and that's like you're allowing this person to flirt with you, or you could probably just say, hey, yo.
Okay. Just to argue with that, I think it's how much you trust your partner, because there may be a certain way that you behave with certain people. Like, I have a female best friend, right? So me and her could get a little cozy sometimes, but
should you? Like, no, if you're in another relationship, like you probably have to limit.
No, because she's been there. She's been there.
Yeah.
She's been,
But you're probably gonna have to.
No, if there's no chance of compromise. If there's a trust, if
there's
me and my girl have
chance of compromise.
There's no chance of compromise.
Come
it's
on.
my best friend.
Come on.
We talked about this just a few minutes before we started the podcast. You spend time with some good ass. What are you gonna do?
Don't say it like that.
What
the heck is
That's
good
what
ass?
that was the discussion. Why'd you guys change after we turned on the mic?
No.
Why'd you just change?
No. I agree with
Why
what you're saying.
guys change after you turned on the mic?
I think that's
So
just
many
the
lies
thing
here.
where, like,
I agree with what you're
do you
saying.
mean?
All right,
you
thank
guys
you.
change. Nobody's changed. If you change,
Okay.
I don't
Let
think
me finish
so.
what I'm saying. Pretty much, if you set boundaries and you and your girl know what this is what this man's about. This is what I'm about. This is where he won't cross the line. And you can go out there and be who you are without any problems. And you don't need to post them. You don't need to do any of that. If your girl knows that at the end of the day, he's coming home to me, and this is where
That's
it's
dope.
at.
So how you put it, you don't need to necessarily publicly acknowledge anyone.
You never do. You never need to publicly. You never need to publicly.
Good. That's great. That's awesome.
Can I give my 2 cents on this?
Yeah.
My view is, like, with relationships, it's between person A and person B. Person A and person B could have a relationship where they need to acknowledge, they need to have that WCW stuff. Between them, they feel that is the way to go. Person B and person C, or person D and person J, different relationships will have like different conditions. Depending on, like, we shouldn't have like a rule book to say this is the way it's meant to go. I feel like between the people, they should discuss and get to a middle ground on what makes you happy and what do you want, what do you expect from this. We shouldn't have like to say this is what if you're in a relationship, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Nah, I feel like everybody should have like
I got you.
Yeah.
And that I totally agree with that. But I'm just saying we wouldn't be a podcast, or we would like never have to talk about relationship issues if we just say, you know what, go with your relationships and do what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? No, I personally think
this is
that
actually a view where you can put it on the podcast, because that's
but then every relationship topic that would just be like, it's whatever you guys agree.
It's not.
That's what I'm thinking.
Cheating is cheating.
But what if you agree that it's cool to like cheat for that person A and person B?
It's not cheating. It's just you having an
open relationship.
Exactly. So it's not cheating.
Okay, so that's 2 things. So person A and person B have to understand each other, and cheating is cheating, and we'll never talk about relationships again on this podcast because we've covered literally everything.
What I mean is we have different views here.
Yeah.
So my view is just that, to say person A and person B have to have an understanding, and everything else will fall into place. You have a different view, so that's why we'll have a podcast on every single situation. Because I'll still present the views that I hold, and you present yours, and Akulu present his, Miko present his, and we'll have a podcast either way. Woo! Cool. Great.
You keep stealing the mic from me, man. I don't know. Let me just quickly wrap up my points. I had to. You've been ready. They're not even that deep. But this was in response to what Miko was saying. Okay. And also as part of what OT said about this whole having to put your stuff online. I feel like when that becomes a very huge part of the relationship, then it's just like you're trying to prove to other people
Yeah.
like that your relationship is
Exactly.
relevant and it's working. That's just how I feel.
It's not
My
always
other-
for other people, maybe.
Okay, that's just how I feel about that. My first point. Okay, my other point is. Oh yeah, you said how, Miko. You said how
Yeah.
like you shouldn't ever have to claim your person. I think.
I said
Miko.
you don't need to. I need to define myself as well. Yeah, I didn't say you don't have to claim your person, but you don't have to post them and say, "Oh yeah, this is my person."
Yeah, you don't
If
have
you
to
want
do that.
to, you can.
You can claim them. Good, yeah, this is
want
my
to,
person
you can.
within your own circle of friends. You can say, "I say, guys, Ababa
Yeah.
a baby," you know. But I don't have to go on WhatsApp and say, "Ah,
Yeah.
woman
I agree.
crush
I
Wednesday."
agree with that. I
Yeah,
agree with
okay.
that. That was my first point. That's my point is that even though you have your own understanding with maybe you're a guy and you have a girlfriend, you have your own understanding with all these other girls, and you just think that yo, this is just my relationship with these people. You don't have to act up. I think you still have to acknowledge that I'm with someone, and the way I'm acting with these other people, if you didn't know, like the way it's looking, it just looks like I'm fucking with these people. You know, you could to you it could be good. Yeah, this is my best friend or what. But then it looks weird. You might just be limited.
Okay, I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah, I think
That's what I have to say.
from what he said, just make sure your person doesn't look stupid. I think that's what you're
Oh, shit.
getting at, right?
That's a good point.
So
That's a
that
good
your
point.
person doesn't look stupid, your person doesn't look foolish, and you hold them down.
Look,
you're holding
that's
them down.
Wow, that's Miko saying that.
Yeah, bro. I applaud
expect
that.
that from you,
My
man.
my thing with relationships is my thing is look, you as a person, you've been building your rep up and all that. You've been working to become the person that you are now, and then you include this other person in your life, and whatever they do, wherever they are, if they do some shit. Sometimes it could affect you, and how that reputation that you spent your time building ends up ending up to be.
Yeah.
So just when wherever you are, whatever space you are, just make sure you're thinking about how your actions don't make the other person look like
That's
they're just wasting their time.
Profound.
Yeah, but the whole public thing, putting your relationship out in public, honestly, I feel like a lot of girls are into that. They want. I've heard where they're like, you know what, you haven't claimed me.
Yeah.
So you can't, you don't have certain privileges.
Yeah,
and by them meaning claiming them, they mean you have to stand on a rock somewhere. Not all of them,
Yeah.
Most of them.
Shout out to the ones that don't.
Shout out to the ones that don't, the last few. But look, they want you to stand on a place because they want you to stand on top of a mountain and say that this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And look,
It's like, what do you want to gain from that?
what do you gain from that? And I understand there's a lot of good and bad that comes with that.
Exactly.
The good part is all the things that Akulu said and all the things that, because now you tend to act a certain way because
Accountability.
there's accountability with that. The bad part, there's people that are trying to break shit down. They see you're happy.
You're putting a target.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're putting a target. Some people look up to this guy and they're like, you know, if he gets that girl and I want to be that guy and I got that girl, then maybe my rep gets, then I am that guy. And that's a lot of haters out here, man. Like, girls don't understand this. There's just,
Like I saw like was it a meme or just one of those quote pictures? It was like I did travel until Noah and like I did live a true love story until no one because people ruin beautiful things.
they do, man. I'm sure all of us have been in relationships. I don't know, but I'm sure I've been in a relationship where other people come in and fuck shit up for you.
Yeah. Because you have like a lot of stakeholders.
Exactly.
It's like when
You're
you have
including-
a project
Yeah.
that like is like a lot of people know about.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to like make changes or make deliberations upon that project, you have to like include
Exactly.
the various stakeholders.
So basically, me going around telling other people about my person, then I ruined the agreement between person A and person B
Yeah.
that OT said, because now there's
Person-
other people out there.
People
Who have to
people
like
are
factor in.
people
Yeah.
are trying to,
Have you
like,
seen those
push views.
memes where they're like, when you break, you've been posting each other, when you break up, we're in-laws, so we need to see that you're broken. Yeah, shit like that. Like, I don't fucks with that, man.
You know, okay, people really try to push other people's views onto somebody's relationship. So they'll have views of how a woman should be or how a man should be in a relationship.
Yeah.
When the two of you have an understanding where it's like it's perfect between you, it's heaven. Yeah, but somebody would come through with treat a woman like this, treat a man like this, do this for a man, do this for your woman, and this shows that you're in the right relationship.
And I think like just to add on what Miko is saying, like between the relationship between like person A and person B, you can't always like have a middle ground to say okay, there's definite agreement.
Yeah.
There'll be compromises. Like I feel like that needs to happen as well. That's like a key factor in the relationship.
Yeah.
Like if somebody feels strongly about this part and somebody feels strongly about the opposite part, you have to like agree to like meet somewhere, not middle, but then meet somewhere where you can both like be happy with it.
Yeah, just quick point. I actually can't relate to any of this. Like the whole yeah, for real. The whole Kudi, you're with one person, but then you're with with one person. Actually, you're with a bunch of people. I've never experienced that where I need to like cater to her friends and this, that. I've never been in that situation.
You didn't know about it. That's the thing, because she'll get influence from her friends, but it's not like she'll come to you and tell you that my friends think this about you. It's only maybe much later when she's like,
get into like deep.
Yeah, when she's like, you know that really good friend of mine, she hates you.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I thought we were cool. I thought we were
She always smiles at me.
She always waves at me. She's like, no, she hates your ass.
Yeah,
and you're like,
get to
what?
that level,
So trust me.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
When you get to that level of like comfort and trust, you have to know that you've been entrusted with a delicate thing. Like if you fuck around, exactly. If you fuck around, you mess it up for the next guy that's coming, and you fuck it up for like the next relationships that come. Because like I think like at that level where she's thinking like my friends and like I can actually trust this guy and say.
And she's backing your ass up.
She's on your side at level, and then you end up being the douchebag, the fuck boy, and then like.
Fuck boy? Is that a word?
Nah, I'm being.
What is that?
No, that's.
I don't know.
That's why we need a feminine voice.
Trying to play dumb.
Coming from them.
What the fuck?
Coming from somebody, that would be okay. So yeah, if you end up like fucking it up when you're rich at that level, it's like you fuck it up for like
the next guy.
So are you like out there trying to fix it for the next guy? I don't know.
Nah, man.
You know what?
Your goal is there shouldn't be a next guy. So why else?
But anyway, I actually have some. I was thinking about it just today. Where I was like, what? Okay, so I don't know how to say this, but there's this girl, right? And I'm looking at her. Anyway, and she's a little fucked up. I'll admit. But it's because
I didn't expect that.
Isn't that like most of
us are fucked up? All of us.
Like,
who hurt you, man?
Who, me?
Okay.
Who hurt you?
Okay.
No, my girls. My girls are good.
OT's actually right. It's about hurt. There's a bunch of guys who are fucking things up on these girls, some really nice girls, and then some guy, finds her attractive, but loves her with all his heart, and then he finds out this girl has been fucked up by the last guy, so they can't trust him. So it's important for you to make sure that you're trustworthy for the next guy, because sometimes things go south. You really have to treat the person right to make sure that the person who comes next, if there's any chance, will still be okay.
I think we touched on something like this in the previous podcast, where it's not about niggas don't care about the future. Niggas don't care about how other people are gonna benefit from what we're doing right now. So no one, like, you get a girl, you don't care about the next guy. You're not gonna like, oh no.
I don't care about the next guy, but I still have to behave. I still can.
Yeah,
if I really don't want her, I should just leave. Like, honestly speaking,
who is gonna do that?
Just leave.
No one's gonna.
Boss, I am gonna do that.
Yeah,
boss.
OT.
Boss, if
Mac,
you don't want that, if you don't want someone, seriously.
Yeah,
why shouldn't you leave?
That's a good philosophy, bro. But who is doing that?
It's
People
not.
are doing
What
it,
he's saying is it's not practical. It's easier
What do you mean?
said than done.
Easier said than done.
What do you mean? Like you can just ghost someone? Like people.
Are you really
Yo,
thinking
G,
about?
come on.
What?
G.
Nah. People do that. Like
These guys are
seriously,
playing.
like, if
These
you
guys
go
have
to the
ghosted
place-
someone.
Boss.
Who hasn't ghosted someone here?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
That's my point.
But you
That's
can
my
at least be a
point.
decent person.
That's not your point.
But you can be a
Nah,
decent
stop
person.
doing this.
But you can
No,
still be
my
a decent
point is.
can
My
be a
point
decent
is, you guys come here, we turn on the mics, and you become other people.
Yeah,
You're
we
growing,
ghost people.
you have
We ghost
halos.
people.
How is that your point?
Because you
How
guys
is that
just
your
told me
point?
you've never ghosted people.
think we
No,
should wrap
nobody
this up.
said that. We say when we've all
Guys.
ghosted someone.
Okay, then that's cool. I'm good with that. Let's wrap
Move on
up.
to the next
Should we wrap
point.
up? Is there another? We don't have to do stuff.
Nah, boss.
Oh, then
We don't have to do it.
We wrap up.
We can,
Can we
then we
do
can
it?
keep going.
Do you wanna do it?
I want to do it. I really want to do it.
All right, cool. We can do it next week.
Why?
Mac,
Why
it's-
is OT
enough.
so anti?
No, retract your statements.
Hold on. Before we
Are you
continue,
gonna get in trouble? Are you gonna get in trouble?
Somebody's been watching the political debate.
Before we continue,
I said, OT, were you in a debate club in school?
Yeah.
Were you were?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Why?
guys,
He's an arguer.
please. Let's keep this.
You have to retract it. You can't just say some
Man,
shit.
OT,
You just can't say some
OT,
shit
OT,
and then let it go.
OT,
Like, nah, you have to
OT.
retract your statement.
Like, I'd love to continue, but let's keep it civil. We're shouting. Let's one at a time. Let's keep it cool.
It's stimulating.
All right.
It's not an arguing podcast.
Stimulating again. Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, it's a theme. It's a theme.
Okay, cool.
Because I would be hard pressed if I
All right,
came-
let's do
if I
a
came
short
to
one
a podcast
and then wrap it up.
was
But
just-
Miko really wants to do the other topic.
Okay, I really want to do it because it was what females.
It was on the list.
No, it was Women's Day.
Oh,
on
Women's
Friday.
Day. All right,
Women's
fine,
Day on
cool.
Friday.
Let's do it. Let's do
And-
it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. No, the topic, the next topic.
Keep up, brother.
So
This
back,
guy look like he doesn't even know the list. Like
this nigga is just trying to get in the debate
He's
club.
just trying to get his phone charged.
Trying to get in the
He's
debate
just trying to
club.
get his phone
I'm
charged.
charging my phone, man.
All right, cool, man.
We have
All right.
electricity where I live.
Oh, it's not 25. It's not 25 anymore.
Nah, bro. Even 47 ain't got power, nigga. Anyway, let's.
All right. So here's how this topic came along, right?
Yeah.
I'm chilling with someone in the DM in the text, basically. Nah, it's cool.
Young and me.
Yo, let me get my story off first before y'all start being clowns and shit.
Anyway,
All right,
yeah.
so I'm chilling with someone and they posted some item about how something about a little clip on like some guy treating a girl well, and then they're like,
Yeah.
if you're a gentleman, you understand this, you get
Yeah.
this, and I was like, yo, I get this, but I don't think I'm a gentleman, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, why can't you be a gentleman because you got this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not a gentleman because I'm a feminist. Wait, I'm not a feminist, but
You're
I
a
said
feminist?
I'm not a gentleman because I could be a feminist. You understand? So my thinking was, because the thing was about a guy getting the chick out of the road, the side of the road where the cars are passing.
Yeah.
Or like a guy opening doors for chicks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if I'm a feminist, then me opening the door for chicks, then I'm kind of like. I'm not empowering. I'd rather, if I'm a feminist, I'd rather empower her to open her own doors.
Yeah.
You understand? Because she has to be equal as me. So I just thought that, what if gentlemen and feminists, they're at war? Because the whole essence of being a gentleman mostly is treating the girl right and doing things for her, I think. I'm not a gentleman, so
Okay,
I don't know.
I want to hear from the resident feminist. Akulu, what do you have to say?
Yeah, actually.
I just said I was a feminist.
Nah, nigga.
No?
He's a
Okay,
feminist.
fine, whatever.
All right. Actually,
He's one of those I identify as a woman. So
No,
I'm
you
gonna-
identified as a woman.
I didn't say I didn't identify as a woman.
Yeah. I actually saw the same picture you're talking about it's a picture of a guy.
Changing the side.
Yeah, and then it's like you're walking in traffic, and then you have to. And I've experienced that before, where I was walking with a girl on a road, and then she's next to traffic, and then some guy stops us and says, "No, you're meant to be on the traffic side." So I've watched this documentary. I think Miko's seen it too. It's called Red Pill.
The Red Pill, yeah, the Red Pill.
So it talks about this whole thing where
The meninist.
the meninist, whatever you
I'm
want
a
to call
meninist.
it. But it had, I didn't agree with all of it, but
Yeah.
then it had a really interesting point about how males are raised to be disposable. Like you believe that you're meant to be disposable.
Yeah, and
that's why you see men. That's why the men are the ones who go to work. That's why the men are the ones who like
I first.
Wow.
like give up their bodies basically.
What's
so
it called? The red pill?
the red pill. It's not that interesting actually, but you should check it out. So now this picture, I think you got a clear description of what I talked about.
Yeah.
So basically, you have this guy who's walking on the road next to a girl. So if the girl is closer to the traffic, that means her life is in danger.
You're supposed to walk the other.
So the fact that you're meant to put yourself in that place means you're meant to be the guy. You're meant to put yourself. I'm willing to put my life in her place.
first.
So I talked about this with somebody, and she was like, "No, this is actually it's not that deep. This is just how I feel about it." And then I thought, hold on, if this was reversed in a way that if a guy did some sexist shit, and then he just said, "No, this is just how I feel about it," it would be fucked up.
I feel like
so. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like it's to a certain degree. It's about like wanting to have your cake and eat it as well. What's that expression? Like we want like the equality that comes with like equal opportunities, everything. But then when it comes to like who should pay the bill? Okay, who should walk on the right side of the road? Who should like carry the hard stuff, and then it's about now that's
we talked about this though.
What do you call it?
We touched on this. Chivalry.
Yeah.
So which is my last point.
She decides.
You didn't share any pictures or anything, man.
Dude, this one
Zaluso did some she decides stuff. Yeah.
Like, this is why
Zaluso.
This is why I'm the resident feminist, because I'm always working with the feminist groups.
You're not.
No, trust me, bro.
Feminist.
You don't. No, hey, no, I'm not popular.
You're a feminist when the accountant decides.
Yo, you guys are killing me right now. Like I'm not getting clients for the next.
We wrap up. I realize at the end of our podcast.
I have one last point, because you talked about gentlemen and feminists, right? So yeah, my last point is that I think the whole concept of a gentleman could be toxic, man. Because it's basically a gentleman is the person who sacrifices his freedom to please a woman. So I don't know. I think gentlemanship, or whatever you want to call it, could be bullshit.
He's such a gentleman.
That's my last.
Yo, fuck gentleman, bro. Like
he
took
off his coat and gave it to me.
Yeah,
like
and
it froze to death.
and you know the only thing I don't like.
That kind of Titanic, like what do you call him?
Leonardo.
He froze to death because it was a gentleman.
Yo, dude.
You can have the log, man. You can have the log. I'll be here. I'm chilling. Literally, I'm chilling. But
yeah, those guys are whack, dude. Like, and it's like the thing that I don't like is the expectations, bro.
Let the bitch die,
Don't
What?
say bitch.
I don't think they heard me.
You say
Now
bitch.
they heard you.
I said, what's up with the glasses?
Oh shit! You noticed? yeah, yo. I don't know, man. Like once
We put that on the thread.
Yo, no, it's on the issue. I was wearing them on the official photograph.
Anyway, we need to close it down. We need to shut it down.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Last call for alcohol.
can I do this one? Just the 5th episode. Like, I've been dying to do this, man.
You know what we should do?
Who's
Everybody
that?
should do one. Everybody should do one radio voice. Everybody should do one radio voice.
That's not how I sound.
Okay, so everybody should do one radio voice. Back.
No, I'm not starting because these guys.
Okay, I'll go.
When you do a radio voice, you say it's me.
All right. Can I start that? Yeah. All right. This is the Liston Podcast, episode 5.
All right. This is the Liston Podcast, airing from the Horizon Designs. What is this? What do you call this?
The Horizon Design Studios.
What accent is that?
Horizon Design Studios.
All right, chap.
Yo, dude,
this
year, this time last year we're in the UK and
shout out to us for being in the UK last year.
Yo, we're probably like getting lit as fuck, bro. Like today's a what? Today's a Friday. This is Zipporah.
No, the swirl was like earlier.
It's
shit.
about 5 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
the sun was
fuck it,
still
you can-
out.
what-
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we were probably like in a tour bus going to.
Yes,
Yeah. We're in the
yes,
tour bus.
we're in the
for
tour
like,
bus.
Yeah,
For the
we're in
first
the.
time.
Just in
We're in the
case
tour
you
bus.
didn't
We had
know,
like
These guys
PlayStation.
were in the UK.
Oh yeah, we
All of
Shout
us
out-
were in the UK last year,
Shout
though.
out, Mac.
Everybody, all of
Yeah,
us were.
but were you in a tour bus?
Oh, yeah.
We're like PS and like with TV and
So
just
much
Okay,
alcohol.
you're
so much.
Yeah, I was a legendary
thrilled.
filmmaker,
Okay,
though.
nah,
So
Yes.
All right, guys. Okay,
That's not what
okay.
this is about.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is my turn.
contest.
This is my turn. Like, shout out to Kasim Doka. Like, he came out with the.
Yo, I know Cass. I know Cass. He's a good guy. Great. He's a great artist. Great artist.
Now he came up with like the comment on YouTube, and we appreciate it, and like we'll consider what you just say. We just saw it late.
Yeah.
We'll, like definitely like incorporate it in the next podcast. Like, thank you for like engaging and commenting.
Mr. Like.
Thank you very much. Like, I've been trying to like stop saying this, but like I just can't
fuck you,
manage.
bro.
Like,
Well, I can
fuck
tell when
everybody,
it's not.
like-
Well, I can tell when it's not original. I can tell when it's not genuine.
he wrote this. He wrote this.
Yeah, but also shout out Palula. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, shout out
Palula.
Felix, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
Felix Palula.
Yeah,
that's my
So when are
guy.
you giving him his T-shirt?
yeah, no, it's ready.
Shout out
Actually,
Felix.
it's not ready. I just say like he'll come collect the next Friday.
You
And
know,
I've been
the
asking
good
for
thing
you
is-
designer guys to give me
the best thing about it is he lives in China. So
yeah, I'll be like, it's ready. Come
yeah,
collect.
come get it. We can only give it to you.
Shout out to all the listeners.
But we need like
Yeah, but that's he's our international
Yeah,
listener.
shout out to all the listeners.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Shout out everyone that's commenting. Please keep it coming. ZalusoArts.com. Make life for a living. Make life for a living. Keep following us because there's like a lot more coming.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Please.
the YouTube.
We're on YouTube, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Spotify, we're on www.zalusloarts.com.
We're on Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram. Hit us up.
Hit us up.
Hit us
with our
up, hit us
personal
up.
accounts as well.
Perfect.
Hit us
Perfect.
up. Hit us up. So yeah, check out the Make Life for Them.
Nobody actually listens to actually the last minute. Like, do you want to try something?
Okay.
Guys, let's give out 5,000 kwacha to somebody who listens to this. So if you comment before Wednesday, I'll give you 5,000
Well,
kwacha.
how do you know they heard this?
Exactly. So if they don't, they didn't hear it.
Oh,
They
that's
didn't
dope,
hear it.
that's dope.
So like, if you comment before Wednesday,
No, say secret catchphrase.
okay.
Comment
Say banana. Comment banana
Banana in my
on the YouTube page, and I'll give you 5,000 kwacha on Wednesday.
OT is getting rich, man. Like, are you getting?
We're out.
All right. Okay, cheers. Man.